Hey there, everyone. Welcome to my channel. And today, yes, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And this time we're testing out the system update 10, the beta with DLSS to see whether it does improve the performance, the consistency or not. And well, so far, suffice it to say, I mean, if you look at the GPU load and compare it to the first Phoenix video that I made, when it came out, you can already tell there's a difference, and we keeping the same frame rate. As you guys know, my frame rate's locked to 30 FPS by default. It's a personal preference, obviously. Let's go through my settings first of all. General options. Here we go. So we have full screen 1080p DLSS set on quality. So we could get even better performance, but if you go in performance mode, the screens it displays, they get very blurry. So I prefer to just leave it on quality. We have VSync is turned on, 50% the refresh rate on my screen. DX11, because DX12 is a little bit messed up. Global rendering quality is on custom. You can see most of it is turned on ultra, and we have grass and bushes on high. The clouds are on high, but most of it is still on ultra. These are the settings that I found out should be the most consistent overall, so that you don't get any major frame drops on final approach. And overall, pretty consistent experience. And when it comes to flight simulation, consistency is key for many reasons. Obviously, one of them is, is quality of life, because you don't want to play with this. You don't want to have a stuttery experience. That's not fun. So that's one of the key factors. You want that buttery smooth experience, and this comes rather close to that on most case scenarios. Obviously, with certain airports, that's not going to be a consistent 30 FPS, but even so, it's not going to be a nightmare as well. It's an in between. It's not going to be a slideshow, if you know what I mean. So this seems to be a pretty solid setting right there. So now that we run through the settings, I'm gonna just move around so that we can hopefully not witness any stutters, because it's supposed to provide a stutter-free experience. And thus far, as you can tell, it seems to be running very consistently with minimal quality loss. I mean, you can tell there's a little bit of ghosting when you move a little bit too fast. There's ghosting definitely around the wings. You can clearly tell that there is a tad bit of ghosting, but it's minor. The trees look a little smudged as well, but that's hardly noticeable. And what you lose in terms of like tree quality and obviously the ghosting you gain in performance, which is important in lower load overall. So lower system load is a great thing, because that does mean you can push even further when it comes to let's say screen res. You can even go up with the LOD, with the textures and so on, because now your GPU is definitely working a lot less harder than before, which is always a good thing. As I'm aiming for lower temperatures, not necessarily just being able to like push the graphics as high as it can go now, because technically I would be able to push a lot further now. I kept the settings around the same, with the sole aim being lower temperatures and obviously better frame rate all around. This is a pretty big airport, so like 30 FPS is quite impressive, even though it's not a payware scenery. It's quite big, as you can tell. It's SBGR in Brazil. It's big. It's a major hub for TEM, for Go, for I'm not sure if no, they don't. They operate out of SPKP. I was gonna say Azul, but they don't. But for TAM and Go, that's a sure thing. And as you can tell, it's massive. There's a lot going on, and the frame rate is still rock solid 30 FPS, which is amazing. Today we're going to be flying from São Paulo SPGR to SBZM, which is my home airport. TEM is finally flying to my home airport. It's fantastic. It's something I've been looking forward to for quite some time now. They promised they would start that in April. They didn't, and they started now in August. So I'm finally doing this flight for the first time with an Airbus. It's my first time flying to SBZM overall, I think, and never been there because the only airline that went there before was Go, and they operate the 737. And if you know me, if you watch my videos, you know I don't touch 737. So yeah, that's going to be the very first time, the maiden flight. And one thing that I find rather impressive, the texture quality is so crisp. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Even though we have the DLSS turned on. So that's fantastic. You gain performance. The textures look solid as hell. And, well, let's see how it fares once we turn the airplane on, once we go through the motions of setting up everything. Hopefully, frame rate's going to still sit around or below 30 FPS. Hopefully. We'll see how that goes. And obviously, I chose an airplane that's very demanding for that test so that we can really have an idea and we have a basis for comparison, because I have videos on the Fenix A320. So you can use that as a basis for comparison to see how much it differs. And it's the same airport around the same time of day, around the same weather as well. So it's a very, very solid basis for comparison. But anyway, let's get inside the airplane. Let's get turned on, push back and all that stuff. And then obviously head to SBZM. So now let's import the flight plan. It's going to complain about the time. Is it? Yeah, it is going to say it's delayed because obviously that's very much the case. It's a morning flight and I'm recording at, I think it's about 9 p.m. right now, 9 or 10. So obviously, yeah, it's not matching. It's not real time. But anyway, let's get the plane on first so that I can see the clock. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to get the right STD there. So, oh my God, it's perfect. Look at that. No stutters whatsoever thus far. So we get the nav lights. We get the emergency lights armed. Oh, that was not plan. Let's get rid of the lights for now because I don't want that. I hate how it defaults to like the flat light on, the integral light on, because there's no need for that. I mean, it should be off. Ideally, it would be a better cold and dark profile, honestly. Let's get the batteries going. It's the one, and then the second one, and then external power. There we go. Our baby's coming to life now. Okay, we have external power. The screens are coming to life finally. Self-test is in progress. Then we move this to nav. We move, wait for it to vanish. Amazingly, still 30 FPS. That's amazing. The load is impressively low as well, which makes me very happy. So it might be flyable finally around like big airports without like major frame drops. This one airport was not really a problem. If you watch the first video, you can tell it was not struggling whatsoever. It was fine because even though it's a big airport, it's like made of default parts, so it doesn't really struggle that much. But let's say something big like that freeway, Frankfurt, Heathrow, what else could we use? New York City, that would be a nice basis as well. But as I wanted to do this maiden flight, I chose this one. Let's see. The time is 10:33. I should be departing in around 10:50, which is about when the Rio flight actually took off. So now we have 17 minutes. Perfect. So we go on ground services. No, we don't. Don't go on ground services. We go on mass and balance because we got to put the people inside. So we have planned 153 and 4.3 tons of cargo and fuel 5.2. Let's go and load. I want fast loading because honestly, who's got the time for that? And then let's see. So we're flying from, I could just do init request, I guess. It's been a while, so bear with me. I haven't really touched the Fenix A320 since forever, actually. A couple days after I made that video, I kind of, for some, I've been quite busy in real life, so I haven't really been flying the A320 that much anymore. But here we are again, so bear with me as I find my way back through all the motions and stuff because, well, you know, even though it's mostly like riding a bike, like once you fly the A320 a lot, like I have like a combined maybe 3,000 hours, so I kind of know my way around it by now. But some things differ a lot, like the AOC is not as it's not the same as of the FS Labs, which I'm way more used to. I have a lot more hours on FS Labs, so lots of the things, even though they are somewhat similar, they are not 100% similar. Anyway, let's get the flight number because I don't remember. I forgot the flight number. Amazing, quite a start, quite a start. Forgetting the flight number, as if it couldn't get any worse, but we can just import it from Scene Brief, and here we have it. It's 3228. All right, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Index is 27 as far as I remember, and the flight level is 330. That's about right. We're flying offline, so I'm gonna climb straight to that flight level. Don't care. I'm gonna clear myself. I'm gonna pretend I was cleared. Now, as far as meter is concerned, we gotta go on this tab again. My flight SBGR 1024. Okay, so 1024 should it's not working. Oh boy, it doesn't save the settings. To this day, it's impressive, isn't it? It's been through lots of updates. It still doesn't save it, but it's whatever. It's whatever. 1024, 1024, and we have. Oh. It shouldn't be. Come on. Oh, there you go. Now it's linked. Okay. You don't have a discrepancy anymore, as one would hope. 1024. There you go. For departure, we're flying out of runway 9 left, I think. Yeah, 9 left. What is the... Let's get back to the flight plan. The brief. Where is it? Okay, we're so... EDLUT1A via Vumev. Okay, so here we are. And here we are again. Perfect. Insert. So we have our departure. We just gotta wait for the ILS to align. It's gonna be another 3 minutes. Amazingly enough, it doesn't look very blurry. I'm surprised, even though we're rocking DLSS. Pretty happy with that. They're consistent all across the board for now. Okay, so that's basically a waiting game, isn't it? I could plan the arrival. I mean, it's 40 minutes. Chances are the arrival is not going to change. So runway 8, so we're probably going to be on RNAV. They don't have ILS. So RNAV into runway 8, and it doesn't have any stars, so we're just going to kind of go straight to it. Whatever. Amazing. Well. So, let's see how the boarding's going, actually. It's important to keep tabs on that, right? So we have 86 inside already. We have all the cargo in. Fuel is already in as well. We're doing pretty well. And then, oh yeah, I got a calculated performance. So, once we're done with all the boarding. Oh boy. Been a while. Oh, the frame rate. What is going on? Oh, it's the ILS. It's aligning. It's getting close to completion, so I assume it's doing a lot of background work now, which should be then impacting the frame rate, because as you can tell, it's back to normal again. So it was probably like doing something under the hood, if you know what I mean. But now it's, thankfully, it's back to the normal 30 FPS, which is amazing. That like, it's working so smoothly, like most of the time now. Quite a difference, because well, this airplane is very demanding. As I mentioned, like I chose it for a reason for this video, because it does put some strain on a machine. It does really force it a little bit. So there's no better choice. If you want to gauge whether it really makes a difference or if it doesn't make a difference, there's no better option than this. Now, now I wonder, as I was talking about performance, because the MSI Afterburner overlay doesn't show when I take screenshots with the NVIDIA thing. But I wonder if it does show on video capture with shadow play. Should have checked that before. But if it doesn't display, if it's not shown on video, I can assure you that it's 30 FPS in fact. But yeah, that's something that I forgot to check. I didn't make sure, because generally I record with OBS, but as I've managed to get shadow play back into working order, I've been using it a little bit more now because it's a lot more convenient. You know, you just kind of Alt F9 and bingo, you're recording. Simple as that, no pain at all. But yeah, so I really hope it's showing. But if it's not, I mean, you can tell by the video that that's not really stuttering anyway. So, but you gotta trust me, 30 FPS, and I will definitely let you guys know if there is any frame drops. I'm gonna mention it just in case, because I'm not sure it's recording and I don't want to like have to re-record in case it's not. So just that we're on the same page on that aspect. All right, so back inside the airplane. Oh, that was a frame drop there, 28, but it's back now. We have our flight plan all set and ready. Oh boy, the frames, what is going on? 28 FPS, unplayable. Unplayable, actually unplayable. We have nearly everyone inside at this point, which is good. Just, oh, it's complete. Okay, resend load sheet, and got no time to wait for that. So I want to get this video out ASAP. So we have a 60.5, that's still the same, and we have a 31.8, still the same, and the fuel obviously also still the same. So now we go and calculate the takeoff performance, departure performance. 9 left, SBGR, dismiss. I don't care about that. I mean, I do care about that, but it's a thing we know already. Flaps 1, packs are gonna be on because I want them on, and 1024 is the wind settings. Let's calculate the performance, see what it throws. What has it given us? Okay, amazing. So we go to performance, so 142, 142 again, and 143. There we go. There we have it. Takeoff shift is 0. Flaps are 1, down 0.3. Gotta remember to set up the trim after pushback. If I hope I do remember that. And the flex to temperature is a 62 as well. There we go. All right, so let's get the APU going now that we have most of it out of the way. Alrighty, alrighty. Master switch is on. We wait a good 3 seconds. And we pressed start. So it gets let's get the APU going. And as we wait for that, no, there isn't really much to do. But I could set radio to Unicom, which would be a good practice for flying on Flight Sim, which is not a case. Today I'm offline. Really don't want to deal with people today. So offline it is for the time being. Oh, I forgot to check the controls completely. Let me see. Is that? Yeah, it's working. Oof, it's a relief. I was worried for a second there. Oh, what's that ghosting? Oh, it's a shadow that magically appears when you move your camera. Microsoft moment init bruh. Okay, available. So we turn the APU bleed on, beacon, strobe light. Then we get rid of the external power and the pumps. Alrighty, we're ready for push. Push shoot, push shoot, push shoot. Push back. So, yeah, here on the ground services. Dismiss. Okay, thank you for setting the load sheet, but I don't need it anymore. So, chuck some cones. And certainly, push back. The big moment has finally come. Just gonna tug. See how that goes. It's weird how I cannot even hear the pushback tug at all. It's weird. I'm used to like GSX being so loud. This one just makes no noise whatsoever. The engine start is also very quiet. Very much unlike what I'm used to. I don't know whether that's realistic or not. But yeah, it's different. Certainly different. Oh my frame rate. Okay, it's connected, so we should take the parking brake off and let's hit start. Come on. And then we can start the engine. Obviously, remove this. Wait for the... Oh, it doesn't turn green. It should turn green, but it does not. Then I'm just gonna assume we're to go now. Cannot do it without my green light. From red to green. It starts green already. It's confusing. At the end of the day, though, it's whatever. It doesn't allow us to turn. Oh, it does. Okay, so let's do that. So weird using another pushback tool. Apparently, I heard that onboard performance is a little bit compromised on system update 10 beta. For now, it will be fixed. They are aware of the issue. It's going to be corrected at one point, but for now it is not. And okay, so we have our first engine on. Let's start the other one. Got the chrono counting as well. Parking brake, so on again. Oh, quite blurry, my Jesus. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Alright. Oh. Well, yeah, quite stuttery. But yeah, that's, apparently that's a problem. Why is it not stopping? I told it to stop. I don't want... Stop, please. Thank you. That's weird because the tug was already not there anymore and it was still tugging the airplane. Shake my head. But if we go to this camera... Oh. Okay, back to 30 FPS. Great. Alright, so we have the engines on. Good to go. Voila. Great stuff. So auto brake normal. Flaps. We have flaps 1 for takeoff and spoilers are armed. The trim is a 0-3 down, like so. We have the trim set now. Control check, just to make sure. Oh god. Sticks being weird today. Up and down. Up, down. What? Wait a second. What's going to... Okay, never mind. Left and right. Okay. So the controls are definitely okay. Off we go, boys. Off we go. Oh, no, we don't go. Never mind. I forgot lights. I forgot to take off the APU bleed. Turning off, I mean. And now we're good. We can start moving. Taxi to your beloved point. Let's take the parking brake off. And move. Okay, let's see if the power increase is gonna work. Oh, there we go. Yes, it does work. Come on, airplane. Let's move. It's so silent. It's so weird. Like, I cannot hear anything. My volume might be turned all the way down, though, I suspect. But, yeah, it's so silent, so quiet. Oh, the controls... Oh, never mind. I was like, the controls work on the drone camera now, but they don't. Shame. That would be a nice addition, though, had that been the case. But it's clearly not the case. Anyway... Now we just kind of take off. I'm not going to film the whole flight, obviously. I'm going to film a little bit of the takeoff and climb to like 10,000 feet, perhaps, and that's going to be it. because, well, it would be a long video. And as you can tell, yeah, performance is a little bit underwhelming when moving. They say it gets better once you take off. That's an issue with update 10 specifically. Like I said, it's not gonna be like that. Hopefully once it's out. This does not reflect the future SU10 behavior, but for now it is what it is, and we must cope with it. We must cope with the pain. So ADF and ADF, there we go. Ooh la la. Could we use VOR? Yes, we could. There we go. Let's go for the takeoff run. Why does it default to 20? It should default to 10. Much better now. That's the Chad move. Alright. Oh, I forgot some of the signs. Oh yeah, I did forget. Just to take off, nose, and off we go. And also the, because I'm not flying online, there's not much of a problem. I forgot your spawner, TCAS, which I'm gonna turn on ASAP. I just gotta figure out this first, and okie dokie, there we go. So we line up 28 FPS. We got great difference there. I remember like last time it wasn't quite like that when we were like lined up for takeoff. But yeah, if we look that way, it does drop a little bit. But anyway, takeoff configuration test. It's fine. The signs are on. Well, the signs are all there, aren't they? What? Why is he complaining still? Everything is there. Oh, the seatbelts. It's because they're inverted. Like, I'm not used to them being there, so I forget about them a lot. Because on the FS Labs, it's like around here, so it's very confusing. My muscle memory just anyway, let's get a power up. So should start the chrono. There we go. Power this baby up. Now you should be able to listen to the engine. Oh, a little bit past. No. That was not. Oopsie daisy. That's a problem. Okay, there we go. I don't have a throttle, so I have to use my controller for that. It's a little bit, you know, it's not ideal, but it works. So F3. Where's the Manflex SRS? There we go. Auto thrust, blue, and we're off. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that performance. 27. It's whatever. Let's put my takeoff camera. This one. Oh yeah, my beloved takeoff camera. And off we go. Ooh yes. There's one rotate. Rotato tomato. Oh yes. And landing gear is up. Let's go. Try and climb a little bit. Hello. I mean, goodbye, Sao Paulo. As we got autopilot on. This can. Wait, not this. Where's the goddamn? Where is it? And there. The light placement confuses me so much. We can go on climb mode now. I hope F2 works. Yeah, that does work. Now we just wait for it to pick up speed. Soon I'm gonna have to retract the flaps. Oh god, what the hell was that? I was looking down and suddenly it just moved itself. Scary. Should go to the METAR page. Just that. So short anyway, so I better have that arrival meter just ready and waiting for me. No! Oh, there's no meter available. Amazing. That's great. So, gotta wing it, I guess. METAR TAF is gonna save me, I hope. That lovely website. They got me. They're the true homies. The true homies in times of dire need. But as you can tell, once we're up in the air, the performance is absolutely flawless. We're flying. I mean, we're close to Sao Paulo still, which is a big city. Lots of things going on, and as you can tell, 30 FPS all across the board. No stutters. Just perfect. Okay, let's retract this and that. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. It's as good as it gets. It doesn't get better than that. And there's almost no visual compromise. Like, it still looks as great as it always did. So that's a plus. Look at it. Greatness. True greatness right there. The thing just moving, schmoving. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Ain't that brilliant? FPS, baby. I love it. Look at that. Crisp textures as well. Oh, my CPU is burning hot today though. God. Look at that. Down there. Satellite imagery just looking amazing today. Back inside, we should be crossing 10,000. Yes, we are. Let's put this on standard. This one also should go. Oh my god. Come on. Come on now. There we go. Alright. So for now, this concludes the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this brief look on this brief look at SU10 beta. And so far, performance is fantastic. DLSS is really handy, works very well. It doesn't degrade the visual quality at all, which is fantastic. And I mean, there's a little bit, but it's minor, and there's a little bit of ghosting as well. Obviously, I mean, DLSS is not going to compare to native. Although they say it's better than native, like in 4K and stuff, under certain games, it can actually beat native. In 1080p, obviously, that's not the case. You can tell there's a little bit of degradation, there's a little bit of ghosting, and so on. But it's minor, and you gain a lot in terms of performance, overall performance. And obviously the experience greatly benefits from it. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the whole thing. You guys are excited about SU10 as I am, because it does promise quite a bit. And I see you guys in the next one, hopefully soon. TM. We still have, I think, 1 or 2 episodes of the Cruising Montana to air, which pre-recorded, so I'll see you guys tomorrow, quote unquote, on a pre-recorded video. But yeah, anyway, yeah, adios, take care, and stay safe.